Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you haven't been here before. So today we're doing something we haven't done in a little bit. We're going to be doing a how-to video. I used to do these a little bit more frequently when I was building my CBR 600. I didn't actually record much of anything of me putting parts on this bike or us putting parts on this bike, because this bike was a lot more simple than the CBR. We didn't have to, you know, cut, fabricate, mold a lot of our own parts. A lot of these parts were already completely made and literally just bolt-on parts, so it's kind of silly to show you, but I am going to do a complete walk around of the bike really quick, and then today we have something cool. What I'm going to be doing is switching up the rear suspension on the FZ. So if you guys have an Fz-07, this could be a good video for you if you're wanting to fix the rear suspension or rear shock on the bike. I'm actually going to be taking out this guy, which is called the dogbone. You can barely see it. It looks like a kind of U-shape. Racetech does make an upgraded spring for this bike, so you don't have to switch out the whole suspension to an Ohlins, or you can just order a spring from Racetech, and it does come with, I think, was it 3 spacers? Yeah. Comes with 3 spacers as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. But really quick, let me just take you around what I've done to the bike. When I got it, of course, the bike was completely stock. Now let's just start from the front, very front. So we got front axle sliders. I did go ahead and switch out the headlight and the running light, which is something a little more simple, but this running light is universal, so you can just get one of these from AutoZone, actually, or O'Reilly's. Ordered this off of Amazon, eBay. It was like 60 bucks, 50 bucks. That's what the 61 sticker's for. Looks a lot better than the stock one because it's an LED. The stock one's super dim. Over here I got an RSC clutch lever, 1 finger pull. Then I did go ahead and switch to a Brembo instead of the Adeline that I have. So this is adjustable folding lever. This is how you adjust it on this side. We did, oh, the bars, these are CR high bars, Pro Taper CR high bars. Of course, engine crash cage from Full Metal Stunts. I ordered that used. I didn't get that brand new. So most people, their rear sub cage is fully connected down here, but I ordered these two separately. Well, they're used, they came together, but they're not connected, so they're separate. So the rear sub cage, 12 bar rear axle sliders. This is a MK Stunts rear handbrake bracket, and these are 2 R6 actually front brakes, so they're R6 monocalipers, but we're using them for the rear. Apex steel braided brake lines for the handbrake line and the rear brake line. We went ahead and switched that up since everything was off. This seat, HT-MOTO seat, I got this used as well. It came with the step plate, which I thought was really cool because the seat wiggles a little bit without the step plate, so that really helps secure the seat down. That'll help me with my shitty circle soon. Then idle adjuster over here from the Stick Shop. That was pretty easy to install. I don't think there's anything else. We shaved this little thing off from the kickstand, which isn't really much. Because we went to a different system for the bars, your switch for the bike, it can only start in neutral now instead of being able to start in gear, because this switch is no longer plugged into the stock mounting switch. I think that's about the only other thing that I can think of. We'll just go ahead and jump into a time lapse like we usually do, but I did want to give you guys a little walk around. I haven't even shown this bike much on the channel as far as a walk around or any videos at all. So appreciate you guys tuning in, watching the video, and we'll go ahead and get this thing rolling.
All 3 of these points to remove the shock in the dog bone are 14 millimeter, both on the bolt side and the nut side. There will be 3 that we have to remove total to get everything removed, and all 4 of them will have to come off eventually. So this is a slip collar, and it's actually the spring tension that holds all of this in place on this rear shock unit. So this small rod, you can see when I compress the spring, small rod slips in and then catches, and that's what holds it in place. So compress the spring, pull it off, decompress the spring, the whole spring just slides over the top there. So now we'll put all the new stuff on. Really a pretty simple process, since we're not doing a refresh or anything, which you can't do. These are not user serviceable shocks. This is all we can do to this, is respring it. So for this aftermarket dog bone, we've got to press out the bearings and the races, and they send a little tool with this. So I'm just going to use the tool in my vise with a big socket to catch the other side. About to punch in. There's one. Okay, so a little perhaps important thing for you to note. First thing is that unlike the stock dog bone that passes all the way through and has 2 seals, this one has a bearing edge milled into one side. So this side is smaller than this side. So when we press it back in, we're going to press it up to that point and then put a seal on the opposite side. So you only use one of the seals each time. So the last remaining thing to do is actually to set the preload on the spring. This is maybe a little bit more of a race thing than a stunting thing, but it's still overall the performance of the spring is best when set to your weight. So we've got to get a measurement with it still on this stand with the rear wheel off the ground and no pressure on the swing arm. So this will be the first measurement will be completely unsprung weight, and then from there we'll have him get on the bike and we'll adjust it accordingly. So.
Appreciate you guys tuning in on the video. I hope you enjoyed the content and it was an informative video and it might help you out if you're stuck or you need some advice just as the man. So check out some of our other videos that we've done. I have a CBR 600 RR stunt bike build basically from scratch, where we fabricated a lot of the parts and pieces that went on that bike, and I think that was a pretty cool build for people to watch. So if you want to see a little bit more of this stuff, go ahead and go to the playlist or just go back in some of the previous videos on my channel and you'll find it. That's the overall walk around of my Fz-07 2016. Thank you guys for watching. Tune in. Let's go ahead and cue the last little time lapse and we'll cue an outro.